Vinka and her husband, along with 25 other families, still live in this collective center in eastern Serbia. It is a former army barracks and is ill-suited to house families, yet these people have nowhere else to go.
Ja smatram da sam ipak jedna normalna osoba I željela bi da imam jedan krov, da ne živim tako, ali mogućnosti su baš nikakve.
In the mid-90s, Serbia had 524,000 refugees on its books. Today, 97,000 remain. Most of the refugees left the collective centers years ago, but not everyone. Even though the Croatian and Bosnian refugees are well accepted in Serbia, they still feel like outsiders. Vinka was fortunate enough to find a job at a local hospital, but the majority have been unable to find meaningful work to support their families.
These people have no other place to turn to. They can't go back to their homes. They can't find housing on their own outside this collective center. They very much depend on the roof, the shelter this center provides, and some of the basic services that the centers provide. On the other hand, it should be a temporary solution, but it's not. And that's why we need to find solutions that are fit for this group.
Milo and his family moved out of the collective center they were living in after the water and electricity were turned off. They had nowhere to go. Finally, they rented this small apartment from a woman his wife once worked for. They have a roof over their head, but they don't know where their next meal will come from.
Kad me neko zovne na dnevnicu, ja idem. Ako me ne zovne, nemam posla, onda čekam da me ko zovne. Znači, mi faktički, naša porodica živi od dnevnice kad nas neko zovne da radimo. Mi nismo stalno zaposleni, mi nemamo posla stalnoga.
The Serbian government has offered citizenship to all those refugees who apply. So far, 200,000 have been naturalized. However, gaining a nationality does not guarantee a job, housing, or health care. In fact, once they give up their status, refugees in Serbia lose their right to free health care and other aid. And with jobs and housing in short supply, few can afford to give up such benefits.
Za nas je važna izbjeglička legitimacija, broj jedan što je važno, što mi možemo sa tom izbjegličkom legitimacijom da se liječimo. Jedno I drugo smo bolesni, idemo stalno po doktorima I ona nam puno znači.
Most of the remaining refugees in Serbia don't feel they have any option to return to their own country. Yet they also feel that as refugees they've been relegated to a life of poverty because of circumstances beyond their control. Vinka fears the collective center could be shut down, leaving them with no options.
Ali nadam se da toga da neće doći, da ima razumnih I dobrih ljudi, da neće doći, da nam neće pomoći, da su shvatili naš problem, našu tugu, da će nam ipak pomoći I izaći u susret u mogućnostima koliko oni mogu.
13 years after the war ended, close to 100,000 refugees prepare for another winter and still wait for answers. Whether they finally return home or whether they stay, either resolution will require massive political will by the governments in the region and by the international community.